In this video, in details, I would like to share with you how to remove the engine from JDM Mitsubishi Delica. This is diesel, real 4x4 minivan. They're very unique. I like them. Yeah, we're going to cover all steps you need to know how to get the engine out and get ready for the swap. Let's get started. I have tons of Delica repair, maintenance, diagnostics content coming up. Subscribe to the channel, very appreciated that. Alright, and we have to do quite a bit of work, but I will try my best to structure everything, make sure all is clear. Alright, we have to remove bumper, do the work on the front, then on the left side of the engine bay, right at the top, and of course underneath. And it's pretty complicated, everything's pretty jammed in the engine bay, but we'll get to the point. Alright, this is 4M40 4 cylinders 2.8 Mitsubishi Dinosaur diesel. Really nice engine. As you can see, this vehicle is fresh crash, and I have a video how I checked the vehicle before decided taking engine out, and we're starting right at the front. We have to remove the bull bar, bumper. There's the bolts under the vehicle. We're starting to undo the bull bar, some of them in the front, and you of course do both sides. And this is junkyard edition, and certain things I might just cut off with a knife, with a sawzall. And yeah, okay, bull bar is removed. Now time for the plastic bumper. Alright, as you can see, there's some fasteners at the top, and yeah, let's undo those ones. There's a bracket bolts inside on one side, on the middle, and on another side. You just go and remove them. Disconnect the side marker electrical connector. I avoid breaking things even if I don't need to use it or take it. Maybe someone else will need the part. Don't wreck the things. Let's undo the cross safety reinforcement bar. And if you have any questions, comments, critics, suggestions, how to work on your Delica, yeah, put down in the comments section below. We'll try to answer best as I can. Okay, time for the hydraulic lines. Let's remove few brackets and just pull that line to the side because we need to remove those electric fans. And if this video is helpful, please put a thumbs up. Okay, there's 4 bolts around, and of course electrical connectors to disconnect. Yep, simple as that. And bolts are removed, and we have electric AC fans removed. I put them inside, make sure they stay dry, and someone will use it. Okay, upper cross member is removed. Upper part of that lock is removed. Alright, AC condenser, there's 4 bolts, and AC system on this vehicle is empty, and everything's removed. Okay, alright, pull the radiator shroud. Now time for the radiator. Yep, hoses are disconnected, and radiator will come out. As you can see, it's not that difficult, but everything's pretty easy if you know how to do it. Yeah, Delicas, they're really unique unicorns. Alright, intercooler, and as you can see, there are 4 bolts, electrical connectors on the back, and there's 1 bracket at the back, and intercooler is out. Okay, now time for the hood. 2 hood hinges. Let's undo those ones, and we'll go down left to central to the right. Alright, time for the hood. because we have to lift the engine out and hood will be on our way. Yeah, make more room. I have already videos on my channel how to work on Delicas. Time for removing the battery tray. Let's take that guy out. We will need that extra room on the left side of the engine. Okay, let's disconnect the power steering line from the power steering pump. And as you can see, I'm not taking any accessories around the engine. I keep everything as attached. Time for accelerator pedal cable to disconnect from the fuel injection pump. Same, let's disconnect our transmission cable from the injection pump as well. Disconnect starter control wire from the top. Just simple tab, press it and pull it out. Undo that battery cable to the starter rubber boot, and we're taking that nut from the main starter cable. Yeah, everything's pretty packed tight, not much clearance way it is. Yeah, this is Delica, but it's possible. It's possible to work around, and not much room for filming, but it's not important. Okay, let's undo some heater core hoses at the back side of the engine. I'm trying to save those pre-molded hoses because it's so hard to find them, but those ones which are just straight ones, I will just go and cut it with a knife. All right, yeah, if I'm going to put an engine, of course I will put in new hoses, many as I can. All right, nice green clean coolant. That side is almost done. We're going to the right and remove that air cleaner housing. There's just a bolt on the side and on the bottom. Undo that, disconnect the air hoses, and we are not dropping the engine subframe with the front end. We don't need to disconnect the steering shaft, and exhaust was cut at the junkyard, but if it's not cut off, you can just undo the flange. All right, we're back to the left side, and now I'm just will take my saw and cut the engine harness, and I'm not going to disconnect every single sensor and connector and plug from the engine, and that engine is coming all as a complete set. Okay, but I can pull that glow plug really heavy cable. I'm going to save that. All right, simple as that. Now we're at the right side. Booster cable disconnected from the booster. Okay, you can see it had some vacuum. That's your gear driven vacuum pump. Let's get underneath. See those skid plates and shields that were partially removed. They're hanging. Let's remove them completely. There's a few bolts around. Undo that, put it aside because they will be on our way. Same for the bottom one. And now the little bit dirty greasy part, I'm going to remove the torque converter bolts, and as you can see there's a metal shield covering the torque converter. On the bottom of the bell housing there's a 4 10mm bolts. Let's remove those guys and get access to our torque converter bolts. We need to disconnect the torque converter from the dry plate. Okay, as you can see it's removed and tight, but you can do it with a 10mm socket. Here you go, those are torque converter bolts. Yep, torque converter plate is removed. That's one step closer to our engine removal. As you can see, 2 bolts on the top and 2 on the bottom. Okay, I have my ratchet and a socket on crankshaft pulley bolt, aka harmonic balancer, and I have to rotate the crankshaft clockwise and get those bolts out. 14mm socket and extension and ratchet, all basic tools. You don't need to have any fancy ones, just the sockets, and I would recommend you to have a ratchet wrenches. Will make life easier. All right, one bolt is removed, good start. I put that blue paint mark for reference where I started removing them. Okay, another one is coming. You just keep turning and get to the next bolt, and I'm using the braking bar, wedging it against the rail. Alright, 6 bolts were removed. I'm taking my braking bar off. That's it. Harmonic balancer bolt. Okay, now we're going to remove the bell housing bolts. I'm starting on the right side and going around. You need sockets and wrenches. You don't need any fancy tools to remove this engine out. Pretty straightforward. Bolts around the starter on the left side, and we have a couple tough ones at the very top. I'm going to show you how to do those ones. Not a big of a deal. Okay, bolts on a starter side, they're removed. Let's go down, and as you can see, bottom bolts, they're removed as well, and we are coming up to the right where the exhaust down pipe. I have some bolts removed on the bottom there, and there is a exhaust bracket. I have those ones still there, and I will keep one for holding transmission and engine together till I will remove the top bolts. Those ones are a little bit tight, not much clearance, but just enough to get them out. I will show you how I did it. Okay, as you can see, 1 and 2, left and right. Yeah, and if you have any questions, comments, put them down in the comment section below under the video. Yeah, straight ratchet, extension, deep socket, again shallow socket, and yeah, and I use impact too where I could. All right, as you can see, I removed the bolts on the right. One upper is gone as well, and now we're moving to the left, and to get to the rest of the bolts we need to undo that transmission shifter cable bracket, remove that, undo that transmission linkage. All right, that's is removed, and now time for removing 2 starter bolts. And yeah, now we have enough room, and I pulled also transmission dipstick out and remove the bracket. We need to do that, and we have now good access to reach those upper bolts on the side and very top. Okay, yep, and we're coming straight to the top, and I'm using 14mm ratchet wrench because socket won't fit, pretty tight against the firewall. All right, and just ratchet that bolt and remove it. And remember, we still have my camera fall off, still have that one on the right near over the exhaust, and then go and remove that one. Yeah, those are my tools, nothing is really fancy. Okay, exhaust bracket that's near the upper bolt is out. Okay, all bolts are removed. Well, took me roughly an hour. Now we have to undo the engine mount bolts. There is 2 bolts holding each engine mount. We're not unbolting the engine mount from the engine, we're just unbolting the engine mount brackets from the engine subframe. 2 bolts, we're not taking engine brackets apart. Spray it, penetrating oil, and clean the threads best as you can, and will make everything faster and smoother because they're dirty and rusted. You don't want that bolt get stripped, and yeah, as you can see, It came out. Alright, the front one's easy. Now let's pull our starter motor, and then we will get access to the back engine mount bolt on the left side. Starter is coming out. Yep, actually wasn't that bad. When you look from the front, seems like how I'll get it out, but yeah, you will. 2 bolts, pretty easy. Yeah, Delica, I like them, they're awesome. Alright, starter is out. Let's spray a bit of penetrating oil on back engine mount bracket bolt, and I'm just using a ratchet to remove the bolt. Okay, now I can finish it by hand. Alright, 2 bolts on the left side, they're removed. Same thing on the driver's side, which is the right hand side steering wheel vehicle, and it's on the right. Okay, bottom back one you can reach from underneath with a ratchet, and shallow socket from the top I couldn't. No way. Yep, slowly you can get it out. Yeah. Okay, removed. 2 bolts are removed there, 2 over there. Now we can rock the engine, and it should break from the torque converter. Okay, nice. Let's just look around. There's a hooks where we'll put our strap to lift the engine out. Okay, I have a old seat belt as my lifting strap. They're pretty strong. Okay, let's rock the engine and break it off the transmission. Here we go. All disconnected. Now it's just sitting on a engine subframe, all unbolted and free to go. Yeah, engine is rocking. Always go around, take a look. It's tons of wire, lots of hoses, all those connectors. You might miss something. You just go and look around, disconnect it. And I'm getting my crane ready for the pull. Yeah, no hydraulics on it. Very mechanical, simple. And I will tell you, this is our junkyard removal, and I had not much time left to do it, and it started raining, and I tried to film and not miss anything, and actually it did go well. None of the bolts broke, and I didn't have any stubborn parts to remove. Okay. Oh, vehicle shifted a bit, rocked. Nice. Now engine is partially out of the engine subframe, and as you can see, we have quite a bit of clearance already. There's some vacuum lines onto those ones. Here we go. There's a transmission, and the shifter cables a bit were still tangled. Okay, we have a few inches already in between. Let's cut that coolant line. Old hoses. We'll put a new one so an engine will get swapped. Oh, okay, we have a block heater cord. Let's undo that guy. Missed. Alright. And yeah, we're making progress. Taking engine out. Now we'll get it wiggled. Let's see what's happening on the left side. Is anything attached? Just go around, look, rock it a bit, lift it, and slow pulling out, lifting, rocking. It will start going up. And be careful with the fuel injectors lines. Make sure it won't get wedged against the firewall. So it's coming up, and it won't go just straight. It needs to come out on an angle. Here we go. There's a transmission line bracket I forgot to remove. Okay, undo that thing. I missed. Yeah, there's also some transmission lines maybe extra to disconnect. There's another part of the power steering hose from the reservoir was attached. Alright, as you can see on the angle it's coming. I got a little bit of rain on my GoPro camera, but you can still see it. See what's happening on the side, and we're coming out on the angle, and watch that 4-cylinder injector line and return line. Make sure you won't break it. And now we have to pry it a little bit up and get that oil drain plug passed over the crossbar. Here you can see it just gets stuck a bit, and now we're free and engine can keep coming out. Yeah, so sad to see that such a nice Delica get wrecked, and we'll find a good use for this heart. Yeah, okay, let's pry it carefully, engine away from the firewall. Watch for fuel injector number 4 return and supply lines. It's easy to break when it's so tight against the firewall. Then we'll have to go a bit higher to go out, yeah, and get away from the firewall. I have another video coming up pretty soon. Oh, okay, now we're free. Non-repairable Mitsubishi Delica. I have another project. It's coming, and tons of interesting troubleshooting, Delica diagnostics, diesel videos, repairs are coming up. Subscribe to the channel as well, and we're halfway out. Yep, and as you can see, I didn't remove most of the accessories. Engine is coming all complete. Okay, alternator is there, belts, fan. Yeah, we only removed the starter because starter was bolted to the bell housing. Okay, engine mounts are coming. Oh, there, one is out. And you go slowly from side to side, no rush, just do it right. Don't break many things as you shouldn't break, and leave parts for other people. Delicas are a very rare vehicle, and every part is hard to find, and if someone will need a part, they will appreciate if you save the part and don't break it. Just take a minute to disconnect it and remove it properly. Don't be that guy who breaks everything. Okay, as you can see, engine is out completely. 4 engine mount bolts, 6 torque converters bolts to the drive plate, and you can see all bell housing bolts. That's what we did. Engine is hanging on a chain. Mitsubishi Pajero, Delica, Mitsubishi Fuso, Canter. They used this engine and some modification of this engine. Mitsubishi built the 4M40 from 1992 up to 2006, and then they modified, but it's really nice and reliable engine if you don't overheat them and maintain a little bit at least. Yeah, mechanical injection fuel pump, I have videos how to adjust those ones, how to set them properly. Okay, I'm taking intercooler or starter and air cleaner housing with the engine. Alright, let's just put an engine on a cart. As you can see, it's dripping, it's raining, and at least it's not cold. Water is fine. Yeah, we're almost done. And yeah, time to load the engine, and engine came with a 12 months warranty. Thank you so much guys for watching this video. Appreciate it, your time. I'm tired, I'm going home, and see you soon. Bye bye.